Hey, happy Friday all. As always, let me know if you can hear me.
Loud and clear.
Awesome. So, look, today's going to be a very short one. Only have until 4:30. So I'm going to try to speed through everything, still get a little Q&A. Just a lot to do in the studio. So, first, let's go right to the top 10-ish. So, item number 1, weekend testing. Yes, we're back. How long did it take? Way too long, just like the rest of the game. But we are back this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We will have 2 testing sessions, 1 each day, 3-hour block, time to be announced. Most likely, it's going to be 12 p.m. Eastern Time till 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, it will be in the email. PSA, for those of you who haven't been in our tests so far, please, my God, please read the document that will accompany the email. You must read the document. I have even shortened what you need to read by having a link to the known issues must read section. So please, guys and gals, please read that before you go in. Okay, number 2. Not surprisingly, testing. So, for those of you who have been in our test this week, you've seen that things keep getting better and better, more solid, which is great. Not that we're not solid to begin with. Frankly, for G and Alpha, with 300 players and NPCs running around, rock solid generally. We got a little better during this week. So, yeah, that's going great. Item number 3. Item health scripting and container support. So what does this mean? Well, for those of you who have played certain other games before, you understand that weapons have to have a certain health on them, a certain durability on them, the ability to have containers, all that sort of thing. Yeah, that's going in and kind of important going forward. Item number 4 is a tech item, VFX, SFX, animations on physical entities. Well, hey, thanks to Rob, we can now play VFX and SFX on an object when it strikes another object. So, I don't know, maybe a little bit of improvement in terms of visual feedback, in terms of immersion, in terms of coolness, in terms of fun, in terms of making it feel like what? A real game. So, thank you, Rob. Number 5, a design item, Dragon Fang. Hey, let's say that 3 times fast. Dragon Fang, Dragon Fang, Dragon Fang. Scenario and VFX, SFX, and animation debugging. A lot of words. What does that mean? It means we're getting the second scenario ready to go. Ben's been running around in it. It's looking really good. And, yeah, marching forward. Number 6, work in progress, an in-game map. So JB has been working on, not surprisingly, since that's the name of the item, an in-game map. Now, of course, this in-game map is meant for scenario testing. We've been very clear about the role maps we'll play in the finished game. This is for scenario testing. Number 7, another work in progress, tech art, container, and trade UI. So, yeah. Kind of need the ability to trade items, to have containers that are working and have a nice UI for it. That's what they're working on. Number 8, characters 2.0. So we've been talking about this for, now more than a month, about updating our characters, updating the armor, blah, 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 to make everything look better. So John has been just finished the materials on the Arthurian light armor, and next up, TDD armor rebuilds. Number 9, new scenario 2 environment models. So, one of the things that you may have seen, I don't know, did John stream it? Doesn't say. Okay. He
streamed the Dragon Skull.
Okay, that's what I thought. Good. I'm not losing my mind. He created a really elaborate dragon skull for the game. That and other things will be in the new scenario. We want it to be more than, up to date. Up to now, we functioned, certainly more heavily on, I don't know, functionality rather than beauty. We want the second scenario to have more beauty than what we've shown so far. Number 10, another work in progress, new environment assets. So Dion is staying ahead of Tyler. Not sure why it says that here, but hey, Dion is staying ahead of Tyler by creating new assets to use in the world of CU. And based on something, and working on the dry grass set. Yeah, I know, not the most exciting of things, but certainly necessary. But, I don't know, I've given her and John some other things that they're going to be doing, hopefully, in the coming weeks. Number 11, another work in progress, Healer SFX. So, DB has been working through the current Healer classes to create SFX events. Like everything else, once again, making it feel like a real game. Number 12, another work in progress, VFX. So Mike has rehooked up several classes, starting abilities, after our ability XML improvements, and working to improve the look of some of these VFX. Number 13, another work in progress, new ability animations. So our team of animators, Scott, Sandra, Joe, have been working on new animations, one for each class. Like we've been telling you folks from the beginning, the animations that you saw over the last, especially over 2 years ago, but even over the last year, we have 3 animators. We're improving them and adding more. And number 14, last but not least, VFX and capture the flag concepting. So on the VFX, Michelle's working her way through over 30 different times of skill effects, and we've been working on the various models we'll need to use in that second scenario, which is not surprisingly a capture the flag type of scenario. And as always, these scenarios are being used for beta testing. They are not intended to be in the live game. We are not making or turning or in any way forming CU into an instance-based game. But they are already have proven to be useful, will continue to be useful, and are going to be great, an amazingly great help during not only the rest of Alpha, but Beta. And just so you know, this morning, I jumped into a scenario with 150 NPCs on each side, so that brings us up to 450. Effects firing off, people running around. It was lovely. So yeah, work goes well. Okay, having said that, let me get to item number 2, which again is testing. Weekend test. If you came in late, we're going to have 2 slots, each from 12 to 3. We'll be running scenarios. It's no different than what we've been doing during the week, other than all you folks who haven't been able to come in because, gee, you actually work during this time because it's the East Coast here and the West Coast versus our European backers. Now, on the weekends, you will get your chance to jump in and check this out. This will be open to IT, Alpha, and Beta 1. So what we're kind of hoping is more than we expect will show up and really tax the build. So, this is not a formal break the build test, but we wouldn't be surprised if some breakage occurs. So that's number 2. Obviously, very excited about it. Number 3, busy. Among the things that we're busy at is recruiting. As I promised you folks, part of the use of the money was so that we would be able to hire both senior people and more senior people quickly. So I've been spending a lot of time, as Andrew right now is as well, and our studio in Seattle, meeting candidates. So we'll have an update in the coming weeks, but it's been great. It's nice to see a great flow of everything from junior guys, interns, up to seniors. And just so you know, the seniors have been our big focus. That's the majority of the candidates. Those are the ones we've advertised for on the website, and those are the ones that the recruiters are going after. So hopefully we'll have some good news in the coming weeks. So that's it on that, and now let me get to the final bit of news before I get to Q&A. The Design the Weapon contest. We're ready to announce the winners. Number one was the Viking Skull Sword by Pendrap. It looks like it's supposed to say Pendragon, but it says Penrap and Dragoon, or and Dragoon. So maybe that's the full name. It seems to be a typo, but maybe not. Number two, the Hand of Asgard Bow by Rek. And number three, a special achievement, because this is just ridiculously cool. So this came along with a note about being sharp. This was made by our backers, led by Rhaegar. And we're about to take it out. I'm going to take it out carefully, but we're going to have a quick contest. When I take it out, I'm going to quote a movie. I haven't done one of these in a while. It's a very famous movie. It's a very famous quote. I'll change it just a little bit. The first person who identifies the movie and the name of the character who said the line and the name of the actor, thus making it harder for people just to Google the quote, the first one to put that in chat is going to win a prize. So congratulations to all of our winners, and as well as to everyone who entered. You know, you're going to see John sculpting the first two. We're looking to put both in the game, and you know, we'll see what we'll do with this. But wait till you see this. Check this out. Pretty cool. So the movie line. Ready? I'm going to do this terribly. Your gift is exquisitely appropriate, young Arius. Are you suggesting that I use this on myself? So once again, your gift is exquisitely appropriate, young Arius. Are you suggesting that I use it on myself? Which, of course, getting something like this from one of our backers is not only awesome, but, you know, other people might go, "Ooh, wait, is there, you know, a message behind this?" No, the message is he did something, or they did something really cool. We are really happy.
It's hand forged, as I understand.
It is indeed hand forged. They spent many, many hours on that. So it gets the Special Achievement Award. We're going to talk to the guys here as well about what we could do with this potentially in the game. But we love it. We thank you. We thank everyone who participated in the contest. This is one of the reasons why we love you guys and gals so much. You've been just fantastic. You know, you take your time, you send us things. We actually have a candidate out in the Seattle studio, and the guys on the West Coast were going, "You East Coast guys get all the cool things." And, you know, this guy's just, you know, kind of standing there, and we're talking and, you know, commenting on some of the things that folks have sent to the East Coast. And so we took, you know, I said, okay, you have to see something that we've been given here, because it's just so different, so cool, and also easy to show, that we picked up the ocelot that was sent to us, the bobcat that was sent to us, decked out.
Bring that back over?
No, we don't have time.
Okay.
And showed them, and they were like, "I've never seen anything like that." It's like, yes, awesome, cool. So yeah, we love you folks. And again, sorry for speeding through this. I just have a lot to do before the end of the day. So again, TLDR, weekend testing, 3 winners. The the Viking Skull Sword, the bow, and then the cleaver. Everything's going great in the studio. Lots and lots of nothing but good, and at times great. So having said all that, let's go and do a quick Q&A.
All right. And we're looking for movie title, character, and actor name.
Correct.
Okay.
First one to do it.
All right. Well, so far the guesses are Uruk-hai Sword.
Good
and
one.
John
That's not bad.
Wayne. The Sons of Katie Elder.
Yeah, I remember that movie. Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. No. Dean Martin. Oh,
Shall
God.
we do some questions?
Yeah, let's get to
you
the
think on
questions.
that? All right.
And of course, John Wayne.
Iron Nightingale asks, can we expect additional payment options before beta?
Yes, absolutely.
Odelvik says, Jeepers Creepers asks, are stealthers still a target for release? The stretch goal said launch would not be delayed for them.
Well, that means they're not a target for release. You know, all of the extender classes and races, you know, as we go further down the development cycle, are something we want to have in game. We'd love to have them in at launch. We'd love to have all the stealthers in at launch. We'd love to have everything in at launch. But the key is we have to keep to what we told, or stick to what we told our backers during the Kickstarter. We're not scope creeping. We're not scope leaping, let alone creeping. And we want to get the game that we promised that we would work on, you know, out. So we'll see.
Lottoween asks, now that we have entered the final 4 months before beta, I am curious to know if our great 8-man groups will have an opportunity to play in any tournament-style scenarios during the SNSs, or will we be limited to declaring a championship team purely based on the statistics presented on a web page such as the Herald?
Great question. We'll see about that. The question for us really is time, and you know, will we have the time to do anything special other than what we have talked about to support something like that? So it is second week of March. Talk to me middle of April.
Adric Cortesia asks, do you have more time for designing rather than just doing company stuff?
Oh yeah. One of the things that I've been doing over the last couple weeks is shifting the brain from pure business focus mode to designer writer mode. And so I've been doing things at home at night as well as on the weekend. None of them involve sharpness, just so you're not worried about that, to help shift the brain. And so that's actually going quite well. I've been jumping in as well on the design site here. This morning and early afternoon, I was actually working on some crafting stuff. So yeah, no problem with that. And you know, look, it's not that I don't like the business side. I do enjoy it up to a point, but I enjoy the creative side more. But you know, just have to shift the brain after all these months, many months of 7-day weeks, focusing as much as possible on the business side. So, and spreadsheets, and boring spreadsheets. I don't mind spreadsheets when they're fun, but spreadsheets that, you know, are focusing on every detail regarding the studio, potential spending, and things like that, not the most exciting thing for me. So, yeah, really so happy, which is why I may seem happier these days, about being able to get back and doing the thing that I love, and really the reason I went into games was to design and create, because let me tell you, back in the 80s when I started this, it wasn't like I was looking at this for the big win. I was looking at this because it was fun, because I really wanted to do it, and in one case because I wanted to put another company out of business because they were being dicks.
For those who just jumped in, MJ is holding a cleaver made by a backer called Rhaegar. It's hand forged, and they called it Butcher's Beak. Aspirin29 asks, Can we have an update on the crafting progress? It's nice to hear all the fighting stuff, but I'm feeling left out as a crafter only.
Oh, don't feel left out. Ben, Christina, myself, Ash, George, Andrew have been talking about crafting. We'll be talking more about crafting next week. Don't feel left out. It is getting attention again because now it's time. And now I can actually start to pay more attention to it. They've been doing things, you know, without me, which is good. I've been keeping an eye on it, but I haven't been deeply involved. But now I am getting deeply involved, and I am very happy with where we are and where we'll be going. So do not worry about it. Crafting is not in any which way, shape, or form being forgotten, curtailed, you know, cut back. It is just a matter of getting things done.
Odilvik passes along a question from Rhaegar, who made MJ's new beard trimmer. Will getting a piece of one's soul back be just as hard as losing it? Let's say someone stole a piece of my soul, put it into their weapon, and I just killed them. Is there a chance I can get it back, or do I just get to take it back?
Okay. In theory, you won't be able to get your soul back from the weapon. The soul will expire. But we'll see about that. You know, that's something I'm really open to because, frankly, I haven't thought about it all that much beyond what I already talked about. So, you know, recovering your soul, parts of it should certainly be possible, but I don't want to guarantee it.
Odilvik passes along a question from Mick Beatty. What kind of defensive siege weapons are we going to be able to equip to our keeps?
Got another line from the prisoner. That would be telling. We have ideas. So nobody's gotten it yet?
Not that I've
Gosh, come on, guys. You got 6 minutes.
Wait. Let me scroll down here because I'm, you know, going through the questions up top. Zube says, Stephen Boyd as the Roman Tribune Messala in Ben-Hur.
Winner, winner, not chicken dinner. Because we don't do that. But yes, Zubai, great. That is indeed correct. Ben-Hur, you know, the Charlton Heston version. Great movie. Some, you know, not so great performances. But overall, really great movie. And the tale of love and hatred, brother on brother, between Heston and Boyd. Fantastic. Boyd's best performance ever. He wasn't a great actor, unfortunately, but he did, in this role, find his, you know, absolute role that every actor, you know, waits for, and well worth seeing.
Zubai, check your Twitch messages because I'm messaging you.
But very good, very good. I know that movie backwards and forwards. Seen it a lot.
All right.
5 minutes, guys.
Oh yes, 5-minute warning. Let's see. Snacking Dad asks, will the game support ultra-wide monitors at launch?
Haven't discussed that, I don't think. Maybe had one discussion with Andrew. I'm sure the answer will be yes.
Medex asks, you said that closer to Beta 1, we'd have more interesting and fun scenarios and tests. How close are we to having one of those happen?
Well, that's what we're starting to test right now, is the second scenario. So, yeah, close. Hopefully, in the next couple weeks, you guys will be, you know, and gals will be in more than just a very basic run-through. But we got, you know, tech that's needed, which is being in the process of being done. Art, all the things that I covered, or sorry, a bunch of the things I covered in today's top 10-ish relate to the next scenario.
Let's see. C4S Mangler. Cave Shamans from Daok were and are my favorite class to date. Will there be a class like this, or is Hellbound it?
Well, certainly the Hellbound are, don't want to say that they're it, but we'll see. But I love the Hellbound. They're definitely one of the favorite my favorite classes I've created. I love the concept behind them. I love the visuals we'll have with them. The lore behind them is going to be really cool when I write it, besides what I've written already. I got lots of thoughts for those guys, and for a bunch of the other races. I was talking to, as a matter of fact, a former Dark Age player the other night, and we were just chatting about the game, and I was like, you should really look at our races and classes to see what kind of interesting things we've got cooked up. So I think you guys will find that there's a lot of interesting things planned.
Jelly would like to know about how progression is going to work. I have a basic explanation, says Jelly, but I know you'll gain different components to skills or spells, but will anything be quantifiable?
Well, sure, of course. It's not going to be guesswork, not really. The idea is very simple, because we don't have a lot of time, is that the more that you use something, the better you get at it. And as you continue to go through and get better at pieces, they unlock other pieces. So that's really it in a nutshell. It's going to be slow. It's meant to be slow. We've said right from the beginning that this game is not about grinding your way to max level, in 6 weeks. It's a horizontal game. We want you to enjoy the ride and not, be on the ride as many times as you can in a certain number of weeks and then think you've mastered it. It's going to be all about RVR. It's going to be all about using the abilities, and it should not feel grindy. That's the key.
All right.
Keys.
Ready to wrap up the stream?
Yes. So, again, sorry about the short stream. Just have a tremendous amount going on in the studio today. Everything is going great. Again, congratulations to the contest winners. Congratulations to Rhaegar for, Special Achievement Award for this amazingly heavy and lovely cleaver.
And Zubai, check your Twitch messages.
And Zubai, check your Twitch messages. I don't have to, you don't want me to come up to where you live to knock on the door and go, hey, you didn't check the Twitch messages. Yeah, as always, and the last and most important thing for a lot of you, test this weekend, Beta 1, Alpha, IT. So if you haven't been in our 100, V100 battles, read the damn document, please, because we do need you to do that, especially for those of you who are on older machines or coming in on a laptop. Please read the document. It may save you a bunch of frustration, and us as well, when you ask us why the game with 300 people doesn't work on a 7-year-old PC, on a 7-year-old or 5-year-old card, or a laptop only with integrated graphics installed. Please read the document. But having said all that, as always, we thank you for your support. We thank you for your patience. And folks, things could not be going better than they are right now. It's been a great week, other than obviously last week's power outage. It's been a great week, and keep your fingers crossed that we have other good stuff to talk about within a week. So thank you. Have a happy and safe weekend, and I'll see you, at least some of you, in the game this weekend. 12 p.m., 3 p.m., Saturday and Sunday. Bye.
Keep an eye out for our emails.